Well, thanks for all those updates, Chase. But it's Friday, so that means we have a pet on our set today. The lovely Terra Acox with the Midland Humane Coalition is joining me this morning with her friend, Cody.
Yeah.
Hi, Cody. He's a little bit nervous, so I'm not going to pet him or try to... He growled at me a little bit.
Yeah,
he's a little
he's
shy.
Kind of scared.
Yeah.
He's the type of dog that'll just kind of latch onto one person, and then that's his person.
Yeah, and so you said he was actually kept in a kennel. He's a little Chihuahua mix.
Right.
A little timid.
Yes.
But when you took him out of the kennel, he seemed to be more attached to you.
Yeah, then he got really warmed up. And a lot of dogs, you know, just being in a shelter is very stressful.
Yes.
So I know it's easy to judge them right away whenever you interact with them only in the kennel, but it's really important to kind of interact with them in a separate room and just see how they do. And a lot of times we can even do trial adoptions. So you can bring a pet home and just see how he does at home, because a lot of them are like night and day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my first adopted puppy, I brought him home and he was so shy and a little bit timid and frightened of the sounds around him. But the moment he went through the door, he was kind of like, okay, this is my space now. And I have the freedom to feel safe and comfortable.
Exactly, yeah. And it really does make a huge difference when they're just out of that environment. So Cody's 2 years old and he's a Chihuahua mix.
Such a cutie.
Yeah, and he gets along pretty well with other animals.
Okay.
So if you have other pets, he would probably do okay.
And will he stay this size, do you think?
Yeah, he's pretty much fully grown. He is vaccinated, fully vetted. He doesn't do that well around men. He's also very afraid of men. You know, that could change, though, with different men. He might feel more comfortable, you know, if someone's very patient and has time to really work with him. So yeah.
And so what advice would you give someone who may want to adopt Cody but may not know what to do in regards to making him feel comfortable and kind of acclimating him to their environment?
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of separation anxiety, and that is a common thing also with shelter animals, just because of, again, they've been left alone in cages most of the time. So it takes a while for them to realize that, okay, this is my home, you're going to come home, and all of that. So just patience, just have some patience with any animal you adopt.
So important. Well, I know that you have some events coming up as well that will benefit the Midland Humane Coalition. Tell us a little bit about what's going on soon.
So we had a chip clinic that unfortunately had to get canceled due to bad weather, but not to worry, we have another one coming up this month on January 19th at the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center. And that's from 10 to 12. That's shots and chips. So, and then we'll have a Yappy Hour, which will be only chips, on February 3rd as well.
And so for Yappy Hour, I'm assuming that the chips are a little less expensive than they normally would be, right?
Yes, they're discounted chips, and they're just so generous to help us out and just give us a place to do that, because a lot of times we have volunteers ready, we have a vet ready, and we just don't have a place. So Beer Garden has just always been really helpful in partnering with us. So
yeah, and what better way to kick off Yappy Hour than with a little happy hour?
Yeah,
you could get a drink, some appetizers, or some food.
Yes.
Sounds like a fun event. And why is it so important for people to get their pets chipped before we go?
Yeah, definitely. Any dog can get out. You know, it just takes a split second of the door getting open. And if you have that microchip, then if a person finds them or if the shelter finds them, they can scan them and find out who they belong to. So it'll just help you get reunited with your pet if they ever get lost or get out of the yard.
So much easier.
Absolutely,
too, because dog tags are so helpful when you have the name and the address or a phone number, but having that chip,
it doesn't go anywhere.
An ID.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, well, thanks so much for being in our studio this morning, Tara. Time now to send things over to our Chief Meteorologist, Chase Menendez, for another look at that forecast.